Good morning, Mets fans, and welcome to a Tuesday edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and it is day 2 of the winter meetings in Las Vegas. And, you know, just because the winter meetings are in Las Vegas does not mean that Brodie Van Wagenen has to gamble with the Mets' future. But it seems like that's exactly what he is doing right now. The rumors that came out late last night, I want to talk about them this morning. But the rumors are that the Mets and the Yankees are working together with Derek Jeter and the Marlins so that the Mets can acquire JT Realmuto. And the name that's being talked about right now, going back to the Bronx, it's none other than Noah Syndergaard. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like it. I don't like this trade for a variety of reasons. I think the most glaring of which is that I just don't want to see Noah Syndergaard pitching for the Yankees. I hate the idea of creating a giant hole in the rotation in order to get anywhere. Forget the rotation. I mean, I felt the same way about trading Nimmo and or Conforto. The Mets just don't need to open up a hole somewhere where they don't have that much depth. And look, they don't have that much depth in the rotation. You know, behind the starting 5, you're talking about forcing Seth Lugo into a starting role, which, I mean, he obviously can do. But I think we all saw last year it was better suited for him to come out of the bullpen. You end up maybe having to do that with Gazelman. It's just, I don't know why this is happening. Because, again, Realmuto is only under contract for 2 years, this season and next, and that's it. And you are trading away 3 years of team control with Noah Syndergaard for a catcher who is playing the most dangerous position in the game and who is most likely to be injured. And, I mean, look, this is the Mets we're talking about here. Injuries are a thing for the Mets. And I just hate the idea that a catcher is going to be the haul in all of this. Now, look, because the Yankees are involved, because the Mets aren't dealing directly with the Marlins now. And mind you, this is all rumor. I mean, one of the things I read was that there's a lot of smoke but no fire. I read a rumor from someone, I think that was Ken Rosenthal that said that. A rival executive or a scout or somebody said that last night in Vegas. But as I was saying, with the Yankees involved, there is the possibility that the Mets do get back more than just Realmuto. And trying to be objective about it, I guess I'll try. Maybe we have something here. Now, look, the Yankees are obviously going to try to move Sonny Gray. Right? They don't want Sonny Gray anymore. Frankly, I don't particularly want Sonny Gray either. Not with Jason Vargas already in the rotation. But imagine that Sonny Gray comes back to the Mets as part of this deal as well. So that's really a salary dump for the Yankees. So they have to do the Mets a favor there. Could it be that they might take Todd Frazier back from the Mets? And could it also be that the Mets then ask for Miguel Andujar from the Yankees? That changes the dynamics of this trade a little bit. And I still don't like it, but it changes things a little bit. And I don't know that this is going to happen. Again, I don't know that this is enough for this to happen. And I don't know what the hell the Marlins are going to get out of all of this. Because we're talking about these pieces that the Mets and the Yankees could exchange. What are the Marlins getting? You know, the other thing I was looking at with the Yankees, perhaps maybe we could get the Mets could get Aaron Hicks out of the deal, which wouldn't be terrible. Really good center fielder. Injury issues, of course, but really good center fielder. So where there's smoke, there's fire, is the old saying. And right now there's lots of smoke. And if you're following Andy Martino on Twitter, he is just rage tweeting about everything. Rage tweeting is the wrong word, but I mean, he is tweeting every possible thing that's happening. Like the number of sugars that Bryce Harper puts in his coffee. Martino is over tweeting right now, and to the point where it's becoming noise, and I can't separate what's really happening from rumor and whatever, and like by the minute, by the moment reporting, which, I mean, I guess that's reporting in 2018. I don't like it, But what we're seeing is that it's not important to be right. It's important to be first. And so, with that mindset, these reporters are just constantly reporting everything they possibly can in order to get one of those things right, in order to make it stick. And I don't whatever. I don't like the way it's done, but that's the way it's done now. Excuse me. So my general take of the Realmuto, Syndergaard, Yankees, Mets, Marlins menage a trois is, for Christ's sakes, don't do it. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I really hate the idea of trading Noah Syndergaard. I really do. But again, let's trying to be objective, taking my personal feelings out of it. It might not be a complete failure for the Mets to do this, to make this move. Moving Todd Frazier as part of this, as well as Syndergaard, that frees up 2 spots on the roster. So depending on who comes back to the Mets, there might be room for them to pull off a trade for Corey Kluber. And again, that changes things. It's hard to evaluate these things in a vacuum because we don't know what else is going to happen. And so it's hard to give one trade by itself a grade without knowing what else the team is going to do. So it's almost easier to evaluate all these trades at the end of the trade cycle and at the start of spring training, and frankly during the season, because trades might look good on paper but don't work out in reality, and that's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out if this stuff is really going to work. So that'll wrap it up for today. Wanted to get my thoughts out there about this trade rumor. I'll be back probably tomorrow because I imagine today is going to be very active with more news, rumors, etc. around this trade front. So until then, follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, let's go Mets.